Today, we're going to talk about my book haul from Chapters Indigo. Check this out. Today I wanted to share my book haul that I got in Chapters Indigo. I'm so grateful being in Canada. We do have like a bookstore, a warehouse type of bookstore. Grateful for it. I just like love books. I just, especially like going to bookstores, whether it be used, thrift, and just seeing what I can add to my collection. Like a wine cellar where you read it when you're ready or when you need it at that time in your life. So luckily there is a Indigo near me. It's only 5 minutes away, driving, no traffic. Grateful. That's why I think I love my area. But the first book I got is That Was Then, This Is Tao, Living Your Way to Enlightenment. And the reason why I got this is because I was focusing more on, again, I tell people when I go to a bookstore, whether it be a new bookstore, used bookstore, thrift, I walk through the aisles and I know I don't go to all of them, but I specifically go to self-transformation, new age, esoteric, personal development. And if I walk by, like I don't see anything, that's fine. But if I do and it pops out, it's like the universe, my higher self, like telling me to like, hey, pick up this book and read it. If you don't want to pick it up and buy it, just like read part of it. But luckily I did, because this year I wanted to focus more on Zen, and like this stuck out. And one thing I want to read here is, to be a recipient of what is the highest and best, you must live according to what is the highest and best. Meaning if you want like better in life, you actually have to have a better mindset, and you actually have to think highly of yourself. And the way to do that, and a hack, is to like even just like dress up a bit more, like look a bit more nicer. And if you don't want to do that, just you know, like whatever. And it doesn't have to be a suit and tie and things like that. It has to be something that makes you feel like you're awesome and feeling good, because you are an awesome person. Therefore, pettiness must go. Meanness must go. Taking advantage of others must go. Hating must go. Taking revenge must go. Manipulation must go. Giving to get must go. That's the thing, giving to get. Yeah, a lot of people try to give to get back, and you don't want that. Using sarcasm or discourtesy to hurt people close to you and use strangers must go. Fabrication must go. So yeah, I really like just like the sarcasm and like joking to like make fun of you. I don't think that's like the best. Like that's kind of like not being authentic. It's kind of being fake. And like, yeah, the one thing I wanted to add here is that I wrote down petty stuff equals the matrix. I told that to one of my coworkers, like my previous coworker I used to work at. We used to always talk about like mindset stuff, and it's so true. The stuff in the world that's petty, that doesn't matter, that you have no control over, is actually the matrix. It's like they want you to get stuck in that matrix, and I say they, I mean like the dark forces of the world. And they just want you to focus on things that don't matter, when what really matters is right in front of you, like walking near a tree, hugging your family, sending light and love to yourself and others, and just doing things you enjoy. Like I love my books. I'm like, I spent this like morning, this Saturday morning in my library. I'm like loving it. But if it's not, like, whatever you want to do, go outside, hang out with your dog, go play golf, go do things that bring you joy. And it must bring you joy and not must bring you stress, because I heard when you do too much of one thing, it can be stressful. And I'm talking about golf. Loves birdies. Could be stressful if you don't get it though. Anyways, I digress. The next book I got is Our Green Heart, The Soul and Science of Force, a Canadian author, and I thought is interesting that this came up because I never read books like this. There's even a chapter called Liquid Light, and the last few years going near the forest, hugging trees, you can watch my video up here on how I'm hugging trees and how you actually get deep energy when you hug a tree. There's a lot of evidence in this book that shows like how forests and trees are just so good for your health and well-being, how we're so meant to be near trees. I thought it was cool here that they do mention how when they brought trees from another country into another one, they wouldn't be able to survive as much with the climate. It wasn't the best for the tree and the conditions. There is a chapter called Wrong Trees in Wrong Places. So I will do a video on the 5 best ideas in this book because I think it's so interesting. It's something completely different than what I've shared in other books on my channel. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, and the sun's shining on my face and my books. The next book I got, I'm going to share my cool bookmark that I got in Austria, Vienna last year. Anyways, the next book I got is Quantum Spirituality, Science, Gnostic Mysticism, and Connecting with Source Consciousness. This book was so cool because like it talks about, it talks about how before all these religions and different organizations, the world believed in like a feminine energy, and they called it Mother Earth, the Great Mother. When I met one of my sister's husband, basically my brother-in-law's friend who's Indigenous, who lives in a remote area of Canada, he talked about before all this stuff, we believed in nature, like Mother Nature and Father Sky. And it felt so like true, because even when I talked to like my cousins in the Philippines, before all the different type of religions, organizations went there, it was, they believed in nature as well. Like they believed in Mother Earth and the sky. So I guess I felt like it was more controlling bringing all these organizations. And it even talks about here how so many people first believed in, well, shamanism and Great Mother and just Mother Earth. And even back in ancient Egyptian times, like women were revered in that, and that women could actually be a king at that time. So this is cool. Like, it's so different, but it's also eye-opening, because I'm starting to realize that that's what the truth is. It's like, that's why I feel so close to nature when I'm in it, because that's the true spirituality, universe, source, higher self. So honestly, this is a good book. I will do my 5 best ideas on this as well. And the next book I got was, it's not so much of, it's actually different for me, because I actually got a fiction, and it's The Ministry of Time. And this book is more about like time travel. I haven't finished it, but it's interesting because when I started it, it's about one of the soldiers there who has to get someone from Antarctica from the 1847 on an expedition in Antarctica. So looking forward to that. I think I find time travel intriguing. Some people might not believe it, but I actually do believe it. It's pretty cool. Like, I'm sure that you can like jump, right? I'm sure you can jump like different universes. That's the multiverse, transurfing, quantum jumping. Anyways, looking forward to reading this. I just like how you get to go different times in the world, and it's like, it kind of reminds me of being able to see places in the world. And the last book I got, which I finished quite fast because it's one of my favorite authors when I first started reading personal development books, mindset books, The Wealth Money Can't Buy by Robin Sharma. I didn't even realize he was Canadian, but awesome book. Gonna do a 5 best ideas on this. There's so many nuggets of gold in this book. There's like little excerpts in each one, and I am gonna share my 5. One of them was so cool how it says here to have a lust for books. I have a lust for books, love it. I just want to share a few things that I got out of here because it's so big. I might actually do like a 10 best ideas on this one because I got so many good things in this book. Spiritual exercise, commit to dopamine detox, cut sugar for 30 days, defend your health and mind, see food as a medicine, be careful of the company you keep. You know, it was cool, like, because I finished this book fast, I think, because each chapter is about 1 or 2 pages, and it just felt nice, like a nice read. That's my book haul. Thanks for watching my Chapters Indigo book haul, and if you have not yet, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Liking, subscribing, and turning on notifications really helps to get this out to people who need it the most, especially for all those book lovers who just like love to share their books, and also just to share light and love. Subscribe now. Thanks for watching my book haul. See you in the next video.